2. Here I am. Hello,
Hi,
Elle Spencer.
right. Hi.
Hi, thank you for
Hi.
being on the Patreon page where we are raising money to feed shelter animals, wet food, specifically dogs and cats. So thank you for taking time out of your morning, your day, playoffs weekend, divisional rival weekend to spend a few moments with us. So welcome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would have worn your favorite outfit, but
Oh,
the furry one with the ears,
that's right. I forgot about that one. That's true.
the lady bunny rabbit,
Yes.
Kris.
And you know what? I believe I have a picture of that too that I will probably be sharing.
Uh-oh. No, this feels super intimate compared to the BSB Zooms where there's lots of other people on
Right.
the screen, and yeah, this almost feels like I'm zooming with my mom or something.
Well, or your friend, me, or your mom, whatever. I'll be mommy. I'll be your mommy. Okay.
Well, okay, so if you're going to be my mom, then you probably need to ask me a very serious question while trying to act super nonchalant. Like, are you sure you're gay, honey? I'm so tired today. I should probably take a nap.
I suppose I could get downright personal, and then take a drink of my water here. So
or ask me if I'm feeling okay too. You're looking a little bit peaked today. Are you okay?
Oh, I get that a lot. Like, you look really pale today. Do you have a cold? Do you feel okay? It's like, no, this is my skin during 8 months of the year. I just look this pale. And it's funny because on the Zooms that we do for Bold Strokes Books, I am this pale. And everybody's like, you need to get a better camera. Yeah, no, this is me. This is really how pale I am. So, oh well. So I get that a lot. My mom's best friend always asks me, are you feeling okay? Yes, yeah. I feel fine. I feel healthy. This is translucent.
But it makes me feel really insecure.
Yeah. Now. I'm like, so I pinch my cheek.
Yeah.
I have a friend who sends me mascara every chance she gets. She just wants to put makeup on me. She send me eyebrow brushes. And she knows who she is because she's one of the patrons. And then she'll send me mascara and lip stuff. You can't beat these lips though. There's no color. You can't beat them. These are my lips. So chapstick is what I get sent. So
yeah.
Well, you look great. I don't care what mommy says. This mommy thinks you look fantastic. And the weather's nice though.
For Sunday morning, early for me. This is early for me because I'm not a morning person. I think I'm doing okay.
I think you're doing great. Yeah. I see that it's sunny outside, so you get to go outside and get some sun if you want. How warm is it there? What's the temperature high?
It'll probably get up to 80 today.
Oh my God. That's amazing. That's amazing.
I know. I am loving this SoCal lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
I grew up in Colorado and lived in Utah for most of my life, and so although I love the mountains, this is just an amazing winter.
Yeah. See, we usually have a ton of snow. I say a ton. For Kansas City, we're right on that edge where it's either ice or snow. And so we just had Friday, we had a winter weather advisory where snow and ice. And of course, it was the one day I had to go into work. So.
Oh, geez. Well, yeah. you have a big old.
I do.
Big old lesbian truck.
Me and Bambi, we put it in 4-wheel drive and we just went straight to work. And I even left at lunchtime to go to the post office and mail out some very important books and stuff because I only get out once a week. And so I figured I might as well do it all in one. So I was a beast. I
don't get out at all, Kris. We're stuck here. I mean, it's a nice place to be stuck, our house, but yeah, it's getting old.
I bet.
We both work from home, and it's scary out there right now, especially Southern California is really in bad shape. So we just we just stayed home, and it's a big deal now if we go out. So, I'm looking forward to the day where, we hit Vegas again.
Oh, I know. I'm so waiting. That's the first place I'm going to go. I'm going to abandon everything in my life the minute, like, everybody, all of us get our shots and vaccines and we're good to go. We're heading to Vegas.
We're going to Vegas.
I don't even care. Like, if it's a Wednesday in the middle of the week, I'm calling you up and I'm going, get in the car and let's go. Because I will fly directly and we will get there and we'll have the best time. I already know this. I already have this all planned out. Truly, my first trip will be there.
Well, we'll meet you there.
100%, I know. Without a doubt. I'm so excited. Like, I haven't done any gambling in like a year. And so I'm like stockpiling. I'm getting ready to like make it rain in Vegas. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
When that happens. So I know that you have things to do this morning. So I'm going to ask you some fun questions because I feel like when we do the BSB interviews and things like that, they kind of get, what are you working on now? And it's true, it's book related, so it should be book related. But I'm going to go deeper. I'm going to delve deeper, and we're going to find out about the real Elle Spencer. Very important questions. I know. So I have a list here, and I wrote the questions and printed them very small. I don't know why I didn't like blow it up to like 20 points. So now I have to like get really super close. I'm at that age where it's like either super close or like really far away. I can't find the right distance. Here we go. Okay.
Yeah, I can't see a damn thing without my glasses, so I get it. I mean, reading glasses. I never had glasses until my eyes started.
Yeah, reading glasses, same thing. So here's the deal. My sister said, if you're ever in a situation where you don't have reading glasses, swear to God, this works. So you make a little pinhole and you use the pinhole.
What?
Yeah. So like pinhole. Yep. So like the very first question says, if your life was a movie, what would it be called? See? Like, I could never read that without the pinhole or reading glasses. So there's a tip for you out in the apocalypse. It's the reading glasses.
If I forget my glasses in Vegas, you'll see me in the restaurant with the menu. Like, wait, what are you doing like that?
Do both, yeah. Do a little pinhole. Make a little pinhole. And it works. You're welcome. It sounds hilarious, but for some reason it works. Okay, yeah. So
I'll give it a shot.
Do it. So if your life was a movie, what would it be called? Wow, that's a big question.
It would be called The Panic Room.
The Panic Room. So the Panic Room, because you panic about everything?
If there's something to panic about, I will. And I have anxiety, so Panic Room.
But let me tell you something. You are so cool and calm all the time.
Well, I appreciate that. I've always been laid back. Think I'm not fussy. Things don't get to me, except when I started to have anxiety.
Oh.
And so, it's a different world for me. But like on these Zooms, I've got legs shaking 200 miles an hour.
Oh, really? Yeah. Because on our Christmas BSB, you were like chill, and you're like, baby Jesus, and you're like so calm. It's so funny. Like the one day I wear mascara. The one day I wear a mascara, you're making me cry, and I'm like, thanks a lot. And I'm wiping away all them. I look like a raccoon. I'm like, thank you, Elle, so much.
Tell your friend you need waterproof mascara.
I'm gonna have to.
Except that shit doesn't come off.
So here's a true story. I used to have really long lashes. And back in the 80s, late 80s, I guess I stole it from my sister. First rule is don't steal your sister's stuff. So I used blue mascara, this really cool blue mascara, because back then, and I think it's come around again. But anyway, so I used this blue mascara, and it looked awesome, and it brought out the blue in my eyes, and then like when I couldn't get it off. I literally, like, a lot of my eyelashes came out during that, and they never grew back.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. Okay, next time we're in Vegas, I want to see the blue mascara.
Okay. Well, do I still have it? That was from a long time ago, so I don't think I still have it.
It's coming back. If it's coming
Well,
back,
it's coming back. I'm not putting that shit on my eyes. I will like be bald, and I do not want to have bald eyes. That's got to be freaky. I don't want that. So yeah. So okay, bald eyelashes. Check one. Okay. So second question: do you shower at night or in the morning, or whenever?
Well, I don't shower.
You don't shower?
No, I do. I have one of those, I'm a big fan of the Old West. And so I have one of those little bowls that you set on your dresser.
Right. Okay.
And a little cloth and
you do the pits and the privates?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So good to know. Pits and privates. That's one thing my doctor always says. Pits and privates.
I'm usually a morning shower.
Morning. With my hair being pretty long, I like to, if I'm going into the office, I'll shower the night before so my hair dries overnight. But if I'm working from home, I definitely shower in the morning. Actually, sometimes now I like shower at lunchtime because I get up like at 7:15 and I have to like turn on my computer at 7:30.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, whenever I want to shower, I shower is basically what my life has become.
There you go.
Okay, so do you believe in aliens? This is very important. Plus, you're kind of over there on that side of the world that has a bunch of alien stuff. So tell me, do you believe in extraterrestrial life?
Yes, Kris Bryant, I do. I to an extent, like the universe is just too big. There's just no way we're the only ones.
Right.
Yeah, and I would think that there have to be some that are more evolved than we are, since we're really not that involved, considering who our president has been. But yeah, what they look like. Are they little green men? I don't know, but yes, there has to be life out there other than us. Yeah.
Do you think that life has actually hit the Earth? Do you think it's been here? Do you think we've had visitors?
Oh, what are those flying saucers in the sky? I've seen the videos. Like, what are they? They're there and then they disappear. Who knows?
I know, it's so weird. You never know what to believe. And now with like the ability for people to like fake things, forever. Yeah. How long did the Loch Ness Monster go on? Like how many years and how many textbooks was the Loch Ness Monster in when it turned out it was fake?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. A story.
And Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Yeah. But there is video of those flying saucers. So I don't know. I'm not going to count it out. Hopefully, though, they aren't the kind of aliens that do the anal probing. Like, don't need any of that business.
And it could be, or maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. What goes on behind closed doors, whatever. But I think maybe ET is not necessarily a being. Maybe it's something that we don't see. Maybe it's like on such a different level, like a parallel universe, or maybe it's dust particles that came from wherever, and those particles are really worlds of something else. You never know. We're just not trained. Our brains are not trained to think outside of like tangible things and what we see. It's hard to, the imagination takes us only so far, I think. And, we're only using, what's the percentage? Like 10 or 15% of our brain?
Right. Yeah.
And like 8% is eat.
It's like 2% most days, but
it's eat, sleep.
Yeah.
Eat some more, TV. Oh yeah, I have to write. That's basically my life.
Exactly. Yeah. So. Well, and then you can go even further and say, is there a God, or is the thing that people think is God, is it just the collective conscience of everyone who has ever lived on this planet? I mean, how deep do you want to go, Kris?
Well, here's the deal. So when I was in college, we all had to take philosophy, and it scared the shit out of me. And so it was a requirement for an English degree. So I waited until my senior year, second semester, to take philosophy. And we had to prove or disprove the existence of God. That was the assignment for the whole class. and I freaking loved it. I loved everything about it. And I'm thinking I wasted all of my college years because I could have been taking this philosophy, it blew my mind. It blew my mind.
So were you in the proving God's existence or?
It was really interesting. I love playing devil's advocate on everything. Like that was a long time ago.
I had a girlfriend like that once. Oh, she pissed me off.
Exactly. But I don't do it. I don't do it like to be spiteful. I do it to prompt conversation. I think.
Oh, okay. Just like I need a tissue.
Get a tissue.
Sorry, my nose constantly rubbed.
Okay. Yeah. So I only do it just to make people kind of think outside the box. It's not always black and white, and there are so many people in the world that are black and white. And so I just think, it's kind of fun just to poke people outside of their comfort zone, because I think that life should be lived outside of the comfort zone. I think you need to push yourself more. I think I did. I think it was proving the existence of God, whatever that form, whether it's a, mental, spiritual, whatever form it is. I think that I did prove it. So, oh my God, I'm right.
There you go.
I got an A in the class, so I think I did okay.
Nice.
Okay.
This girl, she would just do it to piss me off. I'm sure she just would never ever agree with me. So
because she was probably, you guys were probably young, right? You were younger.
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's why. So the younger you are, the more you think you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. She was a know-it-all.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a one-upper, but I don't mean to be a one-upper.
What do you mean one-upper?
Well, somebody will tell a story about, I went and I got the best bottle of wine ever. And then I'll be like, and it's not because I'm trying to one-up them. It just reminds me of something in my life. And it prompts me to, oh my gosh, I know I actually have the best wine, and I have 2 bottles of the best wine, and I don't mean to be a one-upper, but I have.
She's on Saturday Night Live.
Yes, I'm Penelope or whoever. I'm Kristen Wiig, and that. Yes, and I don't mean to be. It's just like, I hear myself, shut up, Kris, stop talking. This is their story. It's not your story. But I'm so excited when I connect with somebody on something, whether it's some sort of topic. And I have learned to slow my roll and just let them have the story. And, but it's hard. It's hard.
And inside you're going, did you? My story.
That is me, 100%. So my flaws. Okay, so here we go. If you were an animal, what would you be, and why?
I would be an emotional support Labradoodle.
Oh, I love Labradoodles.
Yeah.
Oh, they really are.
Yeah. Yeah. So, because, I don't want to have to fend for myself out there in the harsh world that the animal kingdom lives in, where, you have to hunt constantly for your food and all that.
Right.
I would want to be taken care of. So I would find myself a nice lesbian who had issues, who would need me.
Right.
We all have those in our lives anyway. So,
I know.
lesbians with issues. But she would feed me and keep me warm and probably let me sleep in her bed. And I would never want for anything. And I would have a purpose. I'd probably wear a cool, official jacket or sweater or something. Yeah.
And with the words, "Do not touch me."
Right.
Only mom can touch me. Yeah.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, wow. Do I want to be an eagle? No. Flying is cool. But then I have to sleep on twigs.
That's true. But nobody could shoot you or hurt you, because then they would go to jail.
Well, that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would be so cool to fly.
And it would be very cool to fly. Yeah. But I really like the human comforts of this world. I'm definitely a luxury girl. So
you could be like a hedgehog. They're really cute, but have you ever touched a hedgehog? Have you ever felt one, touched it, played with it?
Mm-mm.
They're really pointy and they hurt.
Yeah. But people have them as pets.
Yeah, people have them as pets. I see like there's this one hedgehog. I think I follow this hedgehog on Instagram because my Instagram's only about animals really. And so there's this like person who holds a hedgehog and there's like the picture of like, you know, Statue of Liberty or like the Alps or something like that. So all these different places where this hedgehog goes. And so I'm like, oh, what a cute animal. What a life that hedgehog has, you know? So I don't know if like those are real pictures or.
That's the other thing about being an emotional support animal is because I could travel the world.
That's true. Only if your lesbian would travel though. Cause you know, she sounds like she's a homebody and that would be kind of sad. Like your world would be the block that you live on. Walk the block and that's it.
Well, I didn't say she was a shut-in, you know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, you know, I don't know. I don't know what her issues are, but I would be there for her.
But you would be there and you would like encourage her to go to block number 2, or maybe let's go down, or let's go to a dog park.
Right.
Like, how would that work? How would an emotional support animal work at a dog park? Like you'd have to take the vest off because the other dogs would be like, no, you can't play. How would that work?
That's true, but I'd be kind of in charge. I'd be like, look at those idiots jumping around and playing, and I'm all trained, you know. So
you are wheelchair, but yeah, we'll have to think about that. I'll have to think about that. Like, I think it's a great answer, but I need your world to expand more. So maybe it's like a lesbian actress who has, you know, issues and needs you to be on set. And you guys travel the world because, of course, she's like, you know, a $30 million movie lesbian who does, you know.
Private planes. I like it.
Private planes even. Yeah, see, so this works. I like this idea better. I like your lesbian to be a major motion picture star and bringing, you know, stories, women loving women to the screen. I love it. Okay, let's make that happen. Next world, next lifetime.
Yeah, and she's not very responsible either because, you know, if I look at her just right with my puppy dog eyes, she'll put a little champagne in my water bowl.
Oh, okay. I think that's important. What about beer? I know a lot of people give their dogs beer. What's that? Would you be okay with that?
I've never heard of that. I don't know.
Oh, really?
We'll have to ask Paula. Paula loves beer and she loves dogs. So we'll have to ask her.
Okay, we'll ask her. And it'll be off the record.
There you go.
Off the record. We don't want to know. I work with a guy who, when he was younger, used to give his dog beer. His dog loved beer so much.
And he just would lap
it
up.
Just like, yeah, loved it. Okay.
I don't know. No comment, Kris.
Okay, nothing. That didn't happen. Okay, so if you had to pick a new first name, what would it be?
Admiral.
Addie. Or Mira. Or Rowley. What do we call Admiral? Just Admiral? Admiral
Spencer.
Okay. Can I call you Admiral?
Yes, you can even salute me.
Okay, Admiral. I like that. Okay. Let's see. What was the last show you binge watched?
The last show we binge watched, The Wilds.
I just finished that yesterday. What did you think about it?
Yeah, crazy and interesting. And, you know, sometimes I just want to slap those girls.
Oh, they were so high. They were so high strung the whole time. And I give okay, so here's the sorry. I asked you the question. So you answer the question and then I'll jump in afterwards. So I'm so sorry. So The Wilds, tell me your take.
Crazy. And I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to be in their shoes, but the choices they made stuff, I realize it's, you know, it's got to be drama filled, of course, but you know, it's just like any show where you just want to slap them for doing the stupid things they do. Yeah. Right. So, but a very interesting concept that, you know, that last shot they showed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting concept. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
So, so I think, you know, my take on it is I probably give it, I think that, like, I'm trying not to give it away, like you're not trying to give it away. I think it's, you know, it's kind of been done before. Like there was a huge trilogy kind of around the same concept. And I feel like I knew, I mean, right away, like I think on episode 2, you're like, oh my gosh, this is happening. And it. So both sides of what's happening. You're just not quite sure like how it ends and why this person is this way and this person is this way. And so I feel like it has been done, but I still wanted to see how it ended. It's one of those where I'm going to finish it. I'd probably give it like a 6. Yes, there is queer representation, but I had just watched Teenage Bounty Hunters, and that's kind of not the same thing. It's just teenagers' angst, and there's like a queer representation. There's a storyline where these 2 teenagers get together, two girl students, female students at the same Catholic school, or actually I don't think it's Catholic. I think it's some sort of religious school, high school. And so I kind of already been down that path. So I thought, oh, cool. I need to see adults though. So I need to like find an adult movie. That sounds bad. Not an adult movie, but that's easy. I can go to my phone for that. But I mean, like to have like we were talking a major motion picture with women.
Right. Yes.
A romance story with women. So that's my next goal. But yes, so The Wilds, I did watch that. I did finish that too. And I started on Salvation on Amazon Prime. Salvation.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I have a funny story about adult movies. Nice.
Let's go. Oh, wait, let me get comfortable. Okay, I'm ready.
Not like that. No. So on a group text with my siblings, and their spouses, and my spouse, Nikki.
Oh my gosh.
We were talking about, I don't know, the state of the world or something, and my sister said that she wanted to get an adult coloring book, and I had no idea. Nikki, she's in the other room and she's being silent in this conversation, and I had no idea that she thought that my sister, who's, I come from a very religious family, was talking about getting an adult coloring book like adult movies. She thought that she did not know what adult coloring books are, right?
That's
so
so
she
funny.
had it in her head, and she was just shocked and flabbergasted. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anyway, it was hilarious when I let her know what they actually are.
Oh, that's so great. And that's true. And it's funny because it seems like I have probably about 6 of those adult coloring books. Just an FYI.
I use what am I saying? An app with the painting.
Oh, okay. Painting app. Okay.
Right, yeah, and paint by numbers is another thing I use to calm myself down. So.
Really? See, I feel like, when I'm at that level of anxiety, I can't concentrate on something like that. I can't. It's too big. I can't narrow it down. Like, I can't do jigsaw puzzles ever. Like, that to me stresses me the fuck out more than anything. If I say a jigsaw puzzle, I run.
Yeah, I can relate to that lately, and in the past couple of months. Mm-hmm. It's been worse for me, and so yes, I can't do anything. I can't focus. I don't have a memory. Mm-hmm. It's hard. Mm-hmm. It's really hard.
Yeah, I can't for sure. And coloring, no. The thing I do, if I'm having a moment, I will pull up. There's a game I play. Let me see what it's called. I can never remember. I think it's called Toon Blast or something like that. What is this stupid game called? Toon Blast. I play Toon Blast. And so it keeps, it's kind of like, here, I'll show you. It's like, you have to blow things up. It's kind of hard.
Gotcha, yeah.
So you have to make sure the whole screen is cleared. And so I'm on level 2000 something, and I just started this during, the whole COVID thing. So I've already played 2,700 levels of this game. So what does that tell you?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So I've had a lot of issues the last 10 months.
A lesbian with issues.
Right. Okay, so time machine. Would you travel to the future or the past, and why? This is a good one. I love this question.
I never really know the answer to this question because I go back and forth on it. But right now, I would have to say, where I am right now, I would want to go to the future to see, I would want to know how long it's going to take us to get our shit together as a human race. And when that happens, like that would be a beautiful thing to see the world in a better place.
Right.
And,
but you'll be older.
What?
You will be older.
I will be older. Yes, I will.
I'll tell you what, here's what we'll do. You go to the future. You tell me what it's like. I'm going to go to the past and erase some shit I did as a child and a young adult. And then I'll come back to now and you'll have the answer for me for like when this shit goes away. So I can be prepared. See?
Well, if you're talking about manipulating the future, then yes, I would go back. I would go back and I would, fix, tell my younger self a lot of things.
I know. So here's what we'll do. Okay. So we'll bounce forward to, what is today? Sunday. So we'll bounce forward to Wednesday. We'll get the winning Powerball numbers because by then it'll be over $1 billion. Okay. We'll bounce back here. We'll buy tickets. So we'll split it. And then who cares about COVID? We'll buy an island and, we'll have all of our friends in quarantine for whatever. And we'll have like some shelters, some cute little like huts and cabins and stuff. And then we'll just live on the island forever in a good way, not in a bad way. Like we'll have everything we need.
Luxury islands.
Right. It won't be like the kids fighting and like, everything from the wild. It won't be like that. It'll be
hunting and gathering. Right. It'll be just be served.
Right. Yeah. We'll just yell. We'll yell and say, hey, I need a Mai Tai. And we'll see what happens.
I have a little bell for Nikki, that I read when I,
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I
know that pisses people off. They're like, if my wife had
a bell. And Nikki, I love her. Okay, so if you could only hear one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a hard one.
Because what the hell do you choose?
Right.
I probably a song where I could not understand the lyrics, because then I could spend the rest of my life trying to figure out what the hell they're saying. Is it douche or douche? Is it I'm a pool hall ace or my poor heart aches? I'm gonna go with pool hall ace.
Exactly.
Yeah. So so maybe a song where it's just not quite clear what they're saying, and then I can just make it up, and it can be different every time. I can make it up.
Well, pretty much any Bob Dylan song is going to fall under that category. You can kind of make it up. Or like I had a friend who used to sing Too Many Fish in the Sea was too much efficiency. So misheard lyrics is a true thing. I just now thought of this, the Escape song. I think it's by Robbie Dupree. If you like pina coladas.
Yes.
And everybody loves that song. It's timeless. It's been around forever, since like the early 80s, I think. And we all love to sing it. So I think I'd be okay with that song, maybe.
That could work. And you could change it to like, if you like bean enchiladas.
That's right. Then visit something restaurants. Yes, I love it. Okay, all right. I'm going with that one.
Okay. I haven't found mine, but I will.
But it'll happen. Songs I never want to hear again. What about you? Any song that you just never want to hear again for the rest of your life?
I think parents have a lot of those kind of songs, like, kids songs that they
just right.
One more time. Yeah. But I don't know. I can't think of one.
No. I don't ever want to hear REO Speedwagon's I Can't Fight This Feeling any longer, And the reason
Speedwagon.
I know, that's like way back.
Back in the day.
Yeah. So the reason why I don't like it is because my sister had a bad marriage, and that was their wedding song.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I hear it, you know, I have like little mini episodes for my sister. So that's one song
Yeah.
I never want to hear again. But as far as like just like hearing the same song over and over and over again, yeah, there I feel like as an adult I have the power to change the song. But as a child or as a parent who has a child who plays the song over and over and over again, yeah, it would drive me crazy. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of like Bieber songs and you know, dare
Yeah.
I say it?
Like, that song from Frozen, which I still have not seen.
Oh,
I'm making it a goal to not see it.
oh, oh, are you?
The Let It Go song, I guess,
Yes.
is something that parents get sick of.
Let it go. That's pretty funny. Actually, I got a for one of my Christmas presents. I have a Frozen microphone that plays. It has like
Oh,
twirly
nice.
kaleidoscope, and I was gonna bring it, but it like jacks with my AirPods and my iPhone. So when I turn it on, it like goes everywhere because I was going to do it on my BSB chat with Carson and Amanda. And I turned it on, and everybody was like, "No, that looks like a dildo. Don't." And I'm like, "Okay, good point." So I turned it off, and but Frozen away, and it has like a lot of the songs from it, and you can karaoke with it, and yeah.
But you don't have it right now? You can just pull
No,
it up. Oh, come on, I want to see you. It's so great the whole time you were holding that.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the kitchen because I used it on some Marco Polos yesterday. Just because I really like. Here's the deal.
Wait,
I
what?
love
Marco Polos?
Marco Polos.
What's that?
It's like it's an app. It's like a text app, but it's a video. Like you'll send somebody a video. Like I'll send you a video like of singing it and send it to you, and then like
Oh,
you could
gotcha.
respond.
Okay, so you use the microphone and saying to someone,
Yeah,
and
right.
someone
So
isn't me, obviously.
it was not you. Although
Oh.
I did at one time send you a Marco Polo, and like you have yet to actually join Marco Polo. So
Yeah, I didn't know what Marco Polo.
Yeah.
Marco.
Yeah, exactly. So all the cool kids are using it. Just an FYI. I think I did it one time with Paula, and she's like, "Is this right?" And I was thinking only Marco Polo I got from Paula. Is this right? I don't know what this is. Boom, and then it was set.
So it's similar to like Vox and WhatsApp. There's so many now.
There are a ton. So like here, let me show you.
I cannot keep up.
Yeah, I know it's really hard. So let me pull here. Let's see. So like, I'll see that's just gonna show me. So I gotta show somebody. Let's see, like Elle Spencer sent a link to chat. I don't even see Paula's on here anymore. But even Georgia's just yeah. So there's a lot of people out there. It's just a cute little app. It looks like a beach ball. It says Marco Polo, and it's just videos. And let me see if I can pull up my singing video that I sent. Here it is.
Oh, there you go.
And they're just like little videos. It's cute. It's just fun. I like doing that. So
I have sung to you before on Vox. I have sent you a song.
That's true. You have. You are a fantastic singer, and we all love it. We loved it. And so that's why you should Marco Polo with me, because then I'd hear your voice.
The thing that's so fantastic about it is how horrible I am at singing.
That's not true.
You know,
that's
I love singing little songs to people, so.
You have a good voice. I personally like with the karaoke microphone. It like echoes, and I feel like I have Britney Spears' real voice, and so the karaoke thing makes it sound better. So
nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But I will never in a million years, like when we were in Women's Week and down at the Governor, I will never ever sing in real life. Like it'll never happen. Like it'll happen like if we're in a small group somewhere private, but I will never karaoke in real life.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, it's not, I'm not that talk about anxiety. Like it's through the roof at that point. There's not enough alcohol in the world to get me to sing in public.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay, so
badly cheer other people on though.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and some people get on there and they're absolutely horrible, and I just laugh the whole time, like because they're so bad. But good for them for getting up there and singing.
Good for them, exactly.
Yeah, that's way to own it. Like if you're going to own something, whether it's good or bad, own it.
Yeah.
So I love it. Let's see back here. What is the worst / biggest lie you ever told your parents?
Well, that's, the lie of omission,
Right.
I didn't actually say, hey, Mom and Dad, I'm straight, but I certainly let them do that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be that one. That was pretty big.
That's a pretty big one. Yeah, and the same thing, it's kind of like, my dad was in the military, so we kind of had a don't ask, don't tell policy when it came to me, because I had my roommates over for holidays and things like that. So it was always
the roommate.
I have the roommate. I have the roommates.
Yeah.
So now, since I started writing, everything is out in the open, and like my mom is desperate to go attend one of the events with me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, she wants to do like cool. GCLS or
meet her.
Yeah, we're hoping, she's going through some kidney failure right now. So we have her on, like, she's seeing a bunch of specialists. We're trying to keep her off of dialysis for as long as we can. So I'm hoping that everything opens up so my mom can actually enjoy it, because, once you start dialysis, it's something you have to do like every other day. Yeah. So it's going to be hard to get her on a plane, get her somewhere to have fun, and then send her back home in the right amount of time to get her back on her dialysis. So that's the bad thing. So that's the problem with COVID right now. It's just kind of killing everything.
Pray these vaccines.
I know. Right. And I hope that our state gets them, because now they're saying the CDC has opened it up for anybody over the age of 65. So especially high risk people, and both my parents, my dad has cancer and my mom has, the renal failure, the whole kidney thing. So I'm hoping that they need to be proactive. Every time I talk to them, I'm like, call the doctor, find out when this is going to happen, when you can get on, sign on to, I already applied. I signed up on this list for our county. Like, I signed up the day I saw that there was something there to sign up on. I'm like, let's do this, because I need to not feel like, I have to be so careful around my parents, and I want to be able to have them safe and me be safe. And I know it's like only 95% or whatever, but still that's a better percentage than 0%, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a year since I've seen my parents. So my sister's doing the same thing. She's trying to get them on the vaccine list.
Yeah. So when they get the vaccine, then where do your parents live? Denver. Shit. Now they're snowed in until like May, so they can't go anywhere anyway. I might actually be closer to your parents than you are.
Yeah, you probably are.
Yeah. So Denver's like 8 hours for me, like a solid straight line from Kansas City straight to Denver. I mean, literally, I have to go through Kansas, and Kansas is a straight shot. There are no turns in Kansas.
You have to go, you have to travel the entire state of Kansas.
Yeah, which is, there's nothing in Kansas. Literally, I'm not even kidding. People are like, oh. So like you leave Kansas City and there's a halfway point, and halfway point to Denver is Hayes, Kansas. And so like Hayes, Kansas, I think they actually have a hotel in this, or a motel, I guess. But it's a very small town, and that's where you gas up. Like you make sure when you leave Kansas City, you gas up, and then you get to Hayes, because you can drive through Kansas going like 85, 90. And then you gas up in Hayes, and then you make it to the border. And then all of a sudden, boom, there are the Rockies. It's amazing. It's like flatlands, Dust Bowl, flatlands, boom. And then all of a sudden there's, so I love Denver. I'm going to go see your parents next time I'm in Denver, because I love Denver. I'm going to just knock on the door. Here I am.
Give me a little visit.
Yes. Okay. What superpower would you have? If you could have any superpower. That's a good one.
Superpowers. Well, I do love the Jedi power of persuasion thing.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I do love that.
Having the Force.
I could go back to 2016 and just walk around. No, you do not want to vote for Trump.
Exactly. None of you.
I don't want to vote for Trump. And then they wouldn't.
That's true.
And we wouldn't be where we are today.
Right. That is true. Yeah. That's a good one. I didn't even think about that.
I think that's just fun, like to have that power over people.
Mm-hmm. A little sadistic. I love it.
I would use it for good, of course, not for evil.
Of course not. See, the problem is I would do it for my own benefit. I would do something like undress. I wouldn't do that. No, actually, I would do it for good too. I think I would do it. I would teleport. I would want to get places fast. Like, hey, I'm going to go see Elle. Boom. Hi.
Boom, they're there. Yeah.
Yeah. See, hey, are you guys up for a visit? Can I go for a swim? That kind of thing. So I would probably teleport. Like flying is great, but it would still take time to get from one. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand why we don't have the high-speed travel thing down yet. We should have that down.
I know.
Like, Europe has these trains that are so fast, and we just, a train from LA to Vegas, please, that goes like 300 miles an hour. How fabulous would that be? But
we're supposed to get a fast train from Kansas City to St. Louis, which is 4 hours by car straight on I-70, but there's always construction and things like that. I think the problem is if you hit a raccoon or a possum like that, like might derail the train and like, that's what I think of. I think of like, like some little unsuspecting little Bambi deer comes out, oh, look, there's some really nice grass in this really weird, railroad thing. So I'm going to eat it. And then boom, we hit it. And then there's a problem. Yeah. So I feel like, we should be up high now. We should be like the futuristic cars we knew about like way back in the comics. Cars. Yes, we should be there by now.
The Jetsons, I agree.
Yes, I mean, we can like send things to Mars.
Right.
But we can't it takes us forever to identify people at the Capitol. I'm just saying. Yeah. Let's see. What is the one thing you can't live without?
My phone.
Your phone.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about a thing, my phone it's got everything on there. Yeah, it's my life. So so that would be tough. Like I think I would go through withdrawals if I lost my phone. That would, it was just gone and I wasn't getting it back. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. I look at my phone is in my hand all the time. Like I'm never without my phone. Yeah. So I feel like for me to lose my phone, it would be more like a situation where somebody's stolen my phone. Like it is so close to me, like right here. I mean, it is right here. And I see these messages coming in and I'm like, oh no, I'll have to wait. So, I mean, yeah, I'm the same way. It's like, I check my mail there. I check everything there. Yeah. So it would be hard to lose it. So
yes, it would. It was so hard at this
but
point.
Then again, I love big TVs too. So that's a tough question. I don't know what I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Okay. Do you have any pet peeves? What annoys the shit out of people or things? What can't you stand?
I don't have a lot of pet peeves. Mean people, rude people, people who berate another person in public.
Yeah, that's tough.
That kind of thing, like people who are rude to their spouses just makes me so uncomfortable if they're doing it in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say that gets me. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Yeah, you're right. That's a tough one. And that it's so do you interject? I mean, have you ever been in a situation where you've had to say, look, dude, not here, or like never?
So far I've never had to, and I hope I never do.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't understand why people have to be mean and condescending and rude to other people, and I just don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, bad question. Bad question. Boo. What is your favorite dirty joke? I have a feeling you have a few of these.
No, well, yeah, I have a dirty mind for sure. But and it's always been this way for me. I cannot remember jokes. Like I don't have it. Like right now, I cannot think of a single joke. And I don't know why that is, but I just don't hang on to them. I mean, I can laugh at them, but I'm not the person who can just bring up a joke like that. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like how I forget movies. Like I'll watch a movie, and then I'll often forget it.
Yeah, like 6 years later, it's a new movie.
Yeah.
Mine is 6 years. It's always 6 years for me. Like, oh well, 6 years from now, I'll love this again. You know. Yeah, I mean that's not really a dirty joke. That's just it's a horrible joke. Bad. It's a horrible joke. I just remembered like there was a time when I was a teenager and they had all these totally outrageous dirty jokes. That you remember that there were these little books that came out and they just had a ton of like horrible, like awful jokes. And I just remember I was laughing and like, yeah, they're so inappropriate today, but you know, back then I thought they were just so damn funny.
Oh yeah, you can get away with anything.
Right.
I mean, I watch some movies now, old movies, and I'm like, oh,
I know.
They wouldn't be able to say that. And how good is that they wouldn't be able to say that now? I mean, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's even like I've had this conversation with Georgia Beers, Friends, even watching Friends now, like going back and watching, you know, some of the early episodes and even any of the episodes really. I mean, it was pretty, you know, they were pretty homophobic. They fat shamed. They shamed a lot of things. There's a lot of things wrong with the show. I mean, as funny as it was, and it was, you know, the prime spot. It shows you how we've evolved as people and, you know, trying to be sensitive, inclusive and things like that. And then you go back and you watch things like Will and Grace. Like back in the day, Will and Grace was so funny, you know, when they came out in the 90s. And then to go back and watch them, it's just kind of like, it was a lot funnier back then, you know. So I think we're kind of evolving and the humor's evolving and we're less offensive as a group. We try not to say things and do things that you know are wrong. I mean, like I said, fat shaming. You know, the whole Monica thing when, you know, she was overweight and that was a bad thing and it was awful. And she
had that fat suit.
Right. And so, and then like the whole there's so much homophobia in that whole series. I mean, and, you know, and I'll watch Friends when it's on, you know, and I'll laugh because like I have one of the guys in my office. He used to always say, you remind me of Chandler, like my sarcasm. Like I have like really dry sense of humor. And also, and then he's the same person who always tells me that I remind him of David Spade too. So, you know, totally things have changed, like literally since the 90s, since the 2000s. So much has changed for the better, you know, and I feel like, so same things with jokes. I mean, there's certain jokes you just don't tell anymore, or you just don't tell. It's just not inappropriate. Right. So these are probably some of them.
These are some of them, Kris.
I know. Okay, so we'll pass that. Here we go. Okay, top sheets. This is important, and I'll tell you why. Top sheets. Yay or nay to the top sheet?
I did not know that there was a no top sheet world.
Oh!
Like growing up, I had no idea. Like I grew up in a very top sheet, make your bed every day, make it nicely, fold the top sheet over the blanket so you have that little fold.
Right.
You know, that's what I grew up with, and I didn't know that wasn't a world, or that there was another world until I married my wife.
Okay.
And she is a no top sheet person, and the top sheet would end up like all in between us, scrunched in between us.
Yes.
Yeah, and for a while, and then I finally, because she would want to feel a comforter, and she has this, you know, she has very specific needs while she's sleeping, and as far as being cuddled by both me and her blanket. You know, it has to twist around her legs and be in between her knees and blah blah, you know. So so I gave up on the top sheet because I got sick of it, you know, being crumpled up in between us, and I'm okay with that now, but it's just a very different world.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't like top sheets. I never grew up with them. Hotels, the very first thing I do is I rip the shit out of the bed. I take it apart. I like take that top sheet and I don't like it. I don't like being tucked into anything because I like move around all the time when I'm sleeping. So I untuck everything.
Gotcha. Yeah. See, and you know, I grew up with, if I didn't want to have to make my bed in the morning, I would slide into it and just, you
Not
know,
move.
yeah, and not move. And I sometimes I would manage and just, you know, in the morning I just have to barely make it a little bit. And you know, I tell Nikki now, you know, we can't have nice things.
No, 12,000 or 1,200 like thread count Egyptian cottons. Nope, can't have them.
You know, because excuse me, she destroys them. Yeah, our bed in the morning. Like, I don't know how she turns the comforter, you know, with the horizontal stripes, how they become vertical or upside down in the morning. You know, I'm just amazed at what she does with this comforter. Because I put a light blanket over me because we have different temperatures.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, this comforter, man, she's like you, Kris. It's just like all over the place. And I don't know how it happens. Like, I wake up in the morning and think, how did it get upside down, this comforter?
Right. We fight the fight when we sleep. There's something going on. Me and Nikki, we fight the fight.
You fight the fight, yeah. And burrito, you know, there's a burrito situation going on. Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I don't like to be touched when I sleep. I have to like spread out. I have to have a pillow that goes between my knees. I can't have my knees touching. It's like a thing. And I think it has to do with, I had knee surgery when I was a kid. So I always have to have like something there. So I sleep with like 4 pillows, and it's like one, of course, is for my head. I have one tucked between my knees. I have one that's kind of like I hug. And then I have one that's kind of like up near my head. It's weird. It's a weird thing. I build a fortress when I sleep because like something could happen to me at nighttime, but good luck finding me because I am well hidden. So.
Yeah, that's funny. No, Nikki requires being touched when we go to bed. There's this little process that happens where, you know, I spoon her and you know, and then we roll over. She spoons me.
That's sweet. I'm always like, nobody touch me. Get the fuck off of me. I'm here to sleep. Yeah, yeah, I'm very weird when it comes, and it's real hard for me to sleep anyway. So I have to take medicine to get me to sleep because my mind's like constantly working. So, so I take anti-anxiety medication at night, and it helps me sleep. So, yeah, so it's a weird thing. So when I go to bed to sleep, I'm there to sleep. Like, I don't want you to touch me. No, nothing else. I need to sleep. I'm sleeping right now. I'm sleeping for the next 6 hours. That's how that works.
Are you a morning person?
No, not really. No, not at all. No, I will stay up as late as I possibly can. The problem is this is so stupid. It doesn't even make sense. I beg my doctor for pills to be able to sleep. So I get I'm on all these medicines and I take them at night to go to sleep, and then I fight it. I'm like, but it's only 10:30. I still have so much more to do, you know. And I do a lot of writing dates with Fiona Riley. I do it late at night. So 11 o'clock, she's like, okay, let's write. And I'm like, okay, let's go. And like the whole time my medicine's trying to shut me down. And I'm trying to keep myself awake, which is so stupid. Like, I'm sure if I gave into it, I would like get 8 hours of sleep and like love life, but I tend to fight everything. So it doesn't even make sense.
Give into it.
I know. Okay, so Elle Spencer, do you have a nickname besides Admiral? I know that's the name you want, but do you have an actual nickname that you're called, that maybe Nikki calls you or your family calls you or you call yourself?
Well, there's Sweet Tits and there's
That's nice. I like
Sugar Boobs. And
Sugar Boobs?
Yeah, although it's kind of awkward when my mom calls me Sugar Boobs, but
that's
no. Let's see. Elle Bell.
Elle Bell. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, my mom calls me Sweet Pea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad calls me Christopherless. I don't know why. Christopherless. Okay. Yeah. And of course, you know, honey. My mom's always honey. and she goes through all the animals before she gets to my name when she's mad. You know, she's like, and the animals that have died, you know, like animals from my youth. Scrappy, Princess, Stacy, Christine. You know, she goes through everything. I was like, fine.
So you're one of her animals.
Apparently. For sure, her new baby is like number one. Like she has a little dachshund. And Casey, for Casey Chiefs. We are a true Chiefs family. So Casey is almost a year old. Sorry, here, I need to sit. She's almost a year old, and by far she, like my mother, I always tease my mom. I'm like, Mom, those little things hanging down from the dog are called legs. She needs to use them because my mom carries her everywhere. Like everywhere. It's like, let her use her legs.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know we probably need to get going because I know Nikki's got some things to happen. Yeah, so I know I'm looking at the time now. So real quick, who is your favorite Missourian? And please don't say Josh Hawley.
Oh my goodness. Oh, not him. Okay, so Claire McCaskill.
Okay.
She's awesome.
She is awesome.
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes, my boy.
Yeah, Mahomes. I have two nieces that live in Kansas City.
Nice.
And one I just found out is pregnant. So
yay, babies.
Baby. So actually both of them are pregnant.
Wow.
So, yeah. And then I guess that's it. Did I forget anyone?
Maybe. That's a tough one, you know, because Missouri doesn't have a lot of good things, I'm telling you. So.
No, you, KB, you.
Just easy. Okay, so thank you, Elle Spencer, for being on our little Patreon, what do I want to call this mission, our Patreon mission, yes, because we are raising the money for the wet food for the animals, so I appreciate this. Yeah, and you are a fantastic writer, and you write for Bold Strokes Books, and what are you working on now? What is the book that you are writing now? And then we'll talk about your next release. You can't really talk about it?
No, I had to put it on pause.
Okay.
It's on pause for right now.
Okay.
Yeah. But the one that's coming out next is kind of in the Casting Lacey World Hollywood. Yeah, going back to Hollywood and Malibu, Beach House on Malibu, and yeah, it'll be fun. It's about a famous author and a blogger who you know.
I want to be their friends.
Yeah.
I want to be their friends. Is it going to be like a friends to enemy type thing?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. The blogger writes a horrible review for.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
And then they meet, and it's So
that's interesting because I have a lot of horrible reviews. So I would love to meet these people.
Right.
Like, yeah. Oh yeah, you're the one that hates my books. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I doubt sparks would fly, right?
Right. I don't. Sparks will fly, but it'll be from like metal batons and things.
Yeah.
No, that's a very clever idea. I really like that. It's yeah, because that's a hard thing. That's a hard thing as a writer to get bashed on a review and then turn around and be like, oh hey, how's it going? Let's go out. Okay, cool. So that'll be fun to see how you do that. So I'm excited to read that. And what's that called? What's that called?
It's called Give In to Me.
Ooh, yeah. Give In to Me. Okay, all right. Well, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here. I love you. I miss you. And good luck for the Super Bowl pool that I'm going to win. You make sure to tell Nikki I said that. And
okay, I will.
We'll see you soon.
Okay.
Goodbye, Admiral.
Bye.
Bye.